This conference will now be recorded.
Right. Now today I'm going to draw the complete structure of a class. Right? Let me go ahead and start. So class. A class consists of, right? What does a class consist of? A class consists of variable, right? A class consists of variables. A class consists of methods. Finally, a class consists of class, right? There are total 3, right, components of a class, right? Number 1, variable. Number 2, methods. Number 3, a class. Class consists of 3. Now, again, right, a variable, right, consists of, let's say that, right, okay, let me go ahead. A variable consists of 2, static. A variable consists of 2, static, non-static. A method consists of static, non-static. Static variable, non-static variable, non-STAT. A method consists of static, non-static. Let me write. Oh, right. Again, right, in static, we have 2, void and non-void. Void, non-void. In non-static, again have void, non-void. In static here also void, right? Okay, let me take this out 1 minute. Sorry, variables doesn't have this, my mistake. Okay, there we go. Void, non-void. Void, non-void. A class consists of variable, variable consists of method. I'm drawing the complete structure of a class. How does a class looks? Static, non-static, void, non-void. Perfect. Now I'm writing the examples. Examples. How does it looks? How does it looks? Public, public, static, public, static integer. Num1. It'll look like this. or it also looks like this. Static int integer num2. This is the way we write. Non-statics, how do you write it? I'll change the color, e.g. example. Non-static examples, right? Public int integer num1, integer num2. This is an example. Next here, write static example. Public static void AAA method name. Method starts, method ends. Okay, like this. Right. Next, static void BBB method name. This is the way a static method looks. Non-static method. Example. Example. Public void AAA. Method starts, method ends. Example. Void BBB. Method starts, method ends. What I will do is that I know that we are running out of space, so this whole piece I will pull it little down. Next, non-static. Oh shit. No, what I'm doing, wrong examples I've written, I know that. Let me remove this. Delete. Example. Color change. Example. Public static AAA. Method start, method ends. Next, static BBB. Method start, method ends.
What is the written type of that?
Here, example. Example. Public void AAA. Method starts, method ends. Next, same example with public, without public. Void BBB. Method starts, method ends. Non-void I have to move this little down. Sure. Next. Okay. Example. Right. Example. Public. Right. AAA. Method starts, method ends. Next. No, what I'm writing. Okay. Public. Right. Non-void. No. Integer. Sorry. Example. Public integer AAA. Next. INTEJ. Integer BBB. Right. Non-void. Change a little bit everywhere. All non-void. Public static integer. AAA. Static INTEJ. Integer AAA. Perfect. You add this. Yeah. Right. Copy this now. Everyone, copy this. First write this, then I'll start explaining. A complete structure of a class. This is called class in OOPS. Done? Copied, everyone? Yes.
In static non-void, there is no need not to put this functions.
Sorry, what is that?
In static non-void,
We'll come there. Right.
actually there
First
is
you
no
copy
defining
this.
of the function.
There is no
Function representation is not required.
No, not required. Oh, sorry. Yes, you should have a bracket. Right. Sorry. My mistake. Yeah. Every method should have this. Then only it will call the method. No. Every method should have that. Right. There we go. Without a opening and closing bracket, that's not treated as a method then. Wait. Let me know when it's done. Done? Over? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Others done? Shall I move? Yes or no? Is it copied?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now let's go ahead. Rupam @of117.com. Password CRM1234#. Till today, what we have been doing? We were doing, I'll underline, we were doing variable and we were doing non-static. We were writing method, we were writing non-static method, and we were writing void method. Public void AAA. This is the way we have been writing the methods. If you observe, whichever is I'm underlining green, this is we have done so far. As of today, these are the things that we have done so far. Public static AAA, public void AAA, void VVV. This is a private method. This is a public method, a method which is visible to everyone, a method which is visible only to internal. Whatever I colored in green is what we have been doing. Till today, this is what we have been doing. We have been doing this public integer so that the integer is visible to outsider. Integer result so that it's not visible to outsider. We have been doing only this green part. Whichever I'm coloring green, this is what we have been doing so far. Other than green, see that there are so many others are there. Now let's understand. With a practical example, we will understand this. The first thing that today I'm going to walk you is that static and non-static, and then I will come on void and non-void. First, what is a static? What is a non-static? Right? Let's understand. Right? So I go to my developer console. Right? I click on File. I click on New Class. CL underscore 2411 underscore example 1 underscore static versus non-static. Now let's understand what is a static, non-static. How do you write the variables? Number one, variables. Now, how do you declare a variable? One, we say public integer num1. Next, we can say integer a. This is What type of variable? It's a non-static variable. Non-STAT. We are not using any keyword called static. Whenever you are not using any keyword static, it becomes a non-static variable. Now I declare next static variable. Static variable will have a keyword called static. Public static integer num2. This is a static variable. Static integer b. It's a static variable. Control S on the keyboard. Control S on the keyboard, no error. This is a non-static variable with a public exposed to outside. This is a non-static variable. A is a non-static variable, but it's not exposed to outside. It is only for insider. It is called private. Then I have another variable called num2. It is a static variable and it's a public exposed variable. Next B. B is a private static variable. Now Rupam, what is the static Rupam? Wait, you'll understand. Now I'm writing methods. Methods. There are two types of methods. Non-static method. Non-static method. How do you write? Public void AAA is a method. Method starts, method ends. This is what we have been writing. Or void greater. Void greater. Void greater. These both are non-static method. The difference between AA and greater is only one thing called public. If I remove public, AA method at line number 13 and method at line number 17 will be same. Will be same. There'll be no change in that. Only difference is that line number 13, the method A is a public method. That means any outsider can call. Whereas line number 17, method is also a non-static method, but it's a private method. The difference between 13 and 17 is private and public. Now I write a static method. Static method. How do you write a static method? Public static void BBB. This is how a static method looks. See? Next, static void SMALLER, smaller. See? A static method will use static keyword. Static method has to use static keyword. Static method has to use static keyword. A static variable has to use a static keyword. First thing, right? Static has to use static. Perfect. Rupam, what is a static? Now let's come to this. Static and non-static is a game of memory allocation. It's a memory allocation. On the execution part, you will not be able to see any difference. On the execution part, you will not be able to see any difference. Output will be same, everything will be same. The only thing is that it is the memory allocation game. It is a game of, or it is a process of allocating memory in the buffer, in the heap, in the cache. How the memory is allocated, that is depends on static. Static means fixed memory location. Static means fixed memory location. Whereas non-static means dynamic memory location. Non-static means dynamic memory location. Memory location is not fixed, it changes. Whereas static means one memory location throughout the instance. There is no other memory location allocated. There is no other memory location allocated, right? There is no other memory location allocated, right? So static should use a static keyword. Static is nothing but it's a fixed memory. The memory allocation happens fixed. During the runtime, the memory allocation, there'll be only one memory allocation for each variable. It's not like multiple, right? Perfect. Rupam, right? Still all confusion. What is this story, Rupam? Control S. Once again, I'm writing file, new, class, CL underscore 2411 underscore example2 underscore static non-static. Again, I'm creating one more class. Now, this will be the very clear example. Earlier, I've written that structure. Now I'm writing public STA, public int, integer a, public integer a equals to 10. Public stata, static integer b equals to 10. See, both are same. One has a static keyword, another doesn't have a static keyword. That is the only difference. This is a non-static variable, whereas this is a static variable. B is a static variable, A is a non-static variable, right? What does that mean? I'll tell you. Now I'm writing a method. Public void ABC. This is a non-static method. There is no static keyword. Non-static method. Next, public, okay, I will say not A, ABC, AAA. Method name is 4x. Public static void B, 4 B's. See, the difference between the two methods is that I'm using a static keyword in the BBB. I'm not using a static keyword in the AAA. So whenever you use a static keyword, it becomes a static method. Static method. What I'm doing inside, you see that? Right? Perfect. In the method, I'm declaring int integer x. Sorry, x. Here also, I'll say int integer y, an instance variable. Now what I'll do is that already this is public, so I need not to use a public keyword. Integer x will be public. Here it's a public. Integer y is also public. Right? Now keep watching. I will say a is equals to a plus x. A plus x. A is equals to a plus x. Here also I'll do the same thing. B is equals to b plus y. Whatever the value I'll pass to y, that will get added to b. A plus 10, a plus x. A plus x. B is equals to b plus y. B plus y. Now I will say system.debug. SYSTM system.debug is missing. Here also I'll do the same thing. System.debug. B. Control S. There are two types of methods: static method, non-static method. Straight. Now, perfect. Inside a non-static method, can you call B? B equals to 20. Control S. Absolutely no error. I can call A, I can call B. Perfect. I'm removing it. Control S. Inside inside BBB, which is a static method, can I call A? A equals to 20? No, you cannot. It will give error. It will immediately give an error. See, one error came. One error. See, variable does not exist. Come on, A is there. Line number 3, there is an A, but you cannot access A inside a static method. Inside a static method, you can access only static variable. You can access only B. You cannot access A. But whereas inside a non-static, you can access both static and non-static variable. Ardhamautunda? What is the static definition will still come later. Right? The difference. Inside a non-static method, you can call both the variables. A and B can be called. But inside a static variable, inside a static method, you can call only B. Static can call static. Static cannot call non-static. Whereas a non-static can call static variable, can call non-static variable. Ardhamautunda? Yes or no? Everyone. Slowly,
Yes, sir.
slowly. Others. At least a structure.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Inside, remember that inside a static method, you cannot call non-statics. For example, A is a non-static because I have not used the word called static here. You cannot call A inside B. Why? Because BBB is a static method. Static method can call only static variables. Static method can call only static method. Static cannot call non-static method. I want to call this AAA here. See, I'm calling, this is a method, right? Control C, right? I'm trying to call here AAA. To this AAA, I'm passing 30 because there is an integer X. I say Control S. Immediately I'll get an error. See, error. Because A non-static method cannot be referenced in static context. See, error. Because A is a non-static method. How can you call A inside a static? You are calling A inside BBB. What is BBB? BBB is a static. You cannot call it. But can I call BBB inside A? Yes. See, now I'm calling BBB. BBB. I say 30. And I call it Control S. Right? See, no error. Inside non-static, you can call static variable, non-static variable, static method, non-static method. You can call anything. In real time, we write this program more. That is the reason I started my class with this. Everywhere I was writing public void, smaller, public void, master root. I was writing those programs. Because non-static can support static and non-static, whereas static cannot support non-static method, cannot support non-static variable. Perfect. This point everyone is clear? right? Everyone is clear? The next point, the point that I gave you. Now you see, debug. How to debug a static and a non-static. How to execute it. First one, non-static. Non-static. How to execute non-static. Non-static are always to an instance. A equals to new, class equals to new class. You will say A dot. What is the method name? A. In that method, I'm passing 20 or I'm passing 10. 10. Right? What is the output I'm expecting? What is the output I'm expecting? How much will I get if I run this?
20, sir.
20.
20. Because I am passing x as 10. A plus x. Already A is 10. 10 plus 10, system.debug A will be 20. Now, again, class name. Class A1 equals to new class. I'm calling the same class again. A1 dot Control C, Control V. How much I'm get? How much will I get? How much will I get?
Same, sir.
Same 20.
Same 20. Perfect. Now I repeat it for the third time. I'm calling the same class. I'm calling a non-static method. Non-static method, you have to create an instance like A1, A1, A2, like this. You have to create an instance. Right? How much will I get? 20. Perfect. Yes, sir, you're correct. Now I will call static. Static method. Static methods are directly to a class. We don't create instance. Dot. Directly BBB. Static methods are directly called like this. Class name dot method name. But whereas non-static, you have to create an instance called A2. To that instance, you have to call the method. A2 dot AA. Method is AA. Rupam, do we create an instance of a method? No, we don't create an instance of a method. We always create an instance of a class. We don't create an instance of a method. Right? Right. In the BBB, I will pass 10. How much will I get output?
20.
See, class name dot method name. BBB. This is the way. BBB is a static. See here, it's a static method. Static methods are always to the class. They are not to instance. Whereas non-static methods are to instance. A1 is instance. A is instance. A2 is instance. Right? Next, again I'm copying it. Right? There I called 3 times. Here also I'll call 3 times. Somebody said they will get 20. Okay. Next. On the there I call 3 times. Here also I'm calling 3 times. Second time when I ran, how much I get? How much will I get?
30.
30,
30 or 20?
30, sir.
30.
Why 30?
Because for that memory location already 20 is there, and now we are pointing to the same memory location, right? So maybe 20 plus y is 10. So 20 plus 10 is 30.
Correct. See,
Because static is an
what is
one memory location.
fixed memory location? It's a fixed memory location. Now, Rupam, what does this mean? Right? Let's understand with the diagram. Right? First, let us put this in a diagram and understand. Right? I'll make it a little bit smaller. Right? A. Right? A. shapes. A is a non-static. Remember that. A. Whenever you are calling this A, what is happening? 3 times you are creating an instance. Because see, A, A1, A2. From A, 3 instances. This is the class. This is the class. Class. From this class, right, 3 instances are created. 3 different instances are created. Right? I'm creating the instance. A1, A2, and A3. 3 instances are created, or also called as instance A, instance A1, instance A2. Now, this 3 instance got created. Perfect. 3 instance got created, right? From a same class, 3 instances are created. Each instance system will have a separate memory location. What does that mean? That means, right, system will now create, right, there is a variable there, right? For this, a separate memory location will be created, right? What is that variable? A. A equals to 10. That means the value of A is 10. 10. This is a memory location. This is the variable. A is the variable. 10, right? And then, right, memory location X203333YZ. This is the memory location. Next, again for A, there is another memory location created. Each time, separate memory locations are created because, right, non-static. A is a non-static. A is a non-static. A is a non-static. A is a non-static. Right? A. 10. On that 10, you're adding 10. So that's the reason you're getting 20, 20, 20 as output. 3 times. 10. Here also 10. In this memory location, 10. It's a different memory location. X. Different memory location. You see that the number is different. Every memory location, the numbers will be allocated. This is a location number. At this particular sector, memory locations, right? In this particular indexing, the 10 is stored. On that 10, you're adding 10. 10 plus 10, 20. 10 plus 10. On that, I'm giving you another 10. 10 plus 10. On that, I'm giving you another 10 plus 10. That is the reason you're getting 20, 20, 20, 20 as output. Right? 20, 20, 20 as output. Now, the same thing we will do in static. In static, memory location is fixed. No 3 memory location. It's only one variable. Right? This is the class. This is the class. CLA. This is the class. Now I'm doing the static one. It will have only one memory location, not 3. Only A will have only one. A will have, right? There is no instances A1, A2, A3. So directly memory location B. B has a memory allocated. X5656, something like this. In this 10 is there. See the difference between a non-static and static. This is non-static. This is static. Static. Static are to a class. Class dot method. Right? Class. In that class, there will be only one memory location for B because you have used a static keyword. See line number 4 in the class, public static integer b equals to 10. There you go, b equals to 10. Here, right, you are creating separate instances, A1 for A1, A2, one separate memory location. That means there will be 3 different memory locations for A, but whereas in static, B will have only one memory location. On that, you are adding 10. It will become 20. On the same memory location, again you are adding 10. It will become 30. On the same memory location, again you are adding 10. See, 3 times I'm adding. 3 times, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, I'm passing. If I pass 10 3 times, or B plus 10, B is already 10, 10 plus 10, 20, 20 plus 10, 30, 30 plus 10, 40, because B is getting assigned. So here you will get 20, 30, 40, whereas in the non-static, you will get 20, 20, 20. That is what if I run it, I'll get. Here I'll get 20, 30, 40 because it is overwriting the same memory location. Whereas in non-static, they have a multiple memory locations. Static has a single memory location. One variable, one memory location. But whereas a non-static, one variable can have multiple memory locations. See, 20, 20, 20. Because they have a different memory location. The value of A is 20. On that, you're adding 10. Sorry, value of A is 10. On that, you're adding 10, 20. Another memory location for A is got allocated. Because they are 2 instances. Each instance will have a separate memory location. Whereas each instance of a class will have a separate memory location for the variable. A is a variable. But whereas in static, they are not 2 instances, they're 2 a class. They will not have a separate memory location because even you run 10 times, same memory location will be accessed. Because the same memory location is accessed, on that it was 10. Then you are saying that memory location equals to value plus what I gave. Already 10 was there, I gave 10. 10 plus 10, 20. In the memory location now 20 is saved. Next time you again added 10. On 20, 10 is added. It became 30. That's stored in that memory location. On that again you added 10. It became 40 and it was stored in that memory location. It is stored in that memory. That means static is a fixed memory, one memory location, right? Whereas non-static, based on the instances, the memory allocation, the variable will have multiple memory locations, right? If you are creating 10 instances and there are one non-static variable, then, right, 10 different memory locations will be created for each instances. For each instance, one memory location will be created. If there are 2 variables, then 20 memory locations will be created, 2 for each instance. But here in static, only 2 memory locations will be created. That's it, not 20. If it's 1 variable, then 1 memory location. 2 variable, 2 memory location. But whereas in non-static, depending on the instances, how many instances are you creating? System will create that many memory locations. Guys, able to understand now? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Others, everyone in the class,
Yes, sir.
static and non-static, it's a game of memory. It's a memory allocation game, right? Whenever you say static, a fixed memory location is allocated. Whenever you say non-static, based on the instances, memory locations are allocated, right? If you create 20 instances, 20 memory locations will be added. For a non-static, 20 memory locations will be added. 20 memory locations will be added. Clear, everyone? Yes, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Perfect. That's really good. Right? So today we understood the static and non-static. Tomorrow we will understand void and non-void, and then we will start using them. Right? Where to use non-static, where to use static, where to use void, where to use non-void. We'll see tomorrow. Right? Clear, everyone?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Perfect.
Right, sir.
So that's it for today. We'll stop here. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time. Right? Please review the video. Try to understand static and non-static. Right? Static and non-static it's just a memory allocation game. Output, right? You might see it same when I keep on writing program. You'll see the outputs are same, right? It is just a memory allocation. Remember that, right? A static R to a class, whereas non-static R to an instance. Static has fixed memory location. Non-static has dynamic memory location. Static variable cannot be called inside non-static class. Static method cannot be called, right? Sorry, static variable can be called inside a non-static. Static method can be called inside a non-static. Non-static supports, non-static method supports static variable, non-static variable, static method, non-static method. Whereas static method can support only static variable, supports only static method. You cannot call a non-static variable, neither a non-static method inside a static method. Inside a static, you cannot call non-statics. But whereas inside a non-static, you can call, right? You can call non-static as well as static. No issues at all. Clear, everyone? I gave a summary again. I know that these words you have to listen. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time and we will continue. Right? That's it for today.
Right.
Thank you. Have a nice and wonderful day. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.
Yeah, thank you. Bye, sir.
Me the example one once.
Thank you, sir.